Alright guys, shoot a quick video for you. I ain't got much time, but I wanted to get out, take a ride, and do a nice little video. See, I got the gear on today. Didn't wear it yesterday, as wanted to take a ride, and it was nice and hot, and went without the gear. So, alright, let's see. Alright, let's talk about, hold on, let's let this car go. Let's talk about Craigslist. A couple moto vloggers have talked about Craigslist, the good deals and weird stuff that's happened to them and all that. So, I'll tell you right off bat, I got actually all three bikes that I have owned, I got off of Craigslist. My first being the one I got into my wreck in, it was a 96 Gixxer 600. I think it was a 96, I believe. It had hold on. It had about 45,000 miles on it. It looked like it had a little bit of a rough life, but you know, it was my first bike, and I was excited to get it. I got it for $1,800. The guy was shady about quite a few things on it, but you know, it's whatever. Shit happens. I was kind of pissed, but I got a good deal, and it lasted me all the way until my wreck. So even after my wreck, actually, until the insurance came and told me that it was considered total because it had a chip on the frame. So that was my first Craigslist experience with motorcycles. The next two, they were pretty good actually. The next bike I got off Craigslist was this one I'm riding right here, this Gixxer 600, and it was actually the day I had money for a bike, and I was like, you know, I'm getting a bike today, and I've been searching, so I went on Craigslist again, make sure those bikes that I was looking at were still kind of floating around, and maybe, you know, I look for things that I want to buy, and I let them float around, and then I know I can come at them with, hey, you know, I give you this much, and I know they want to sell it, and they'll probably take what I give them. You know, I try to shop smart. So I went to look to make sure those bikes are still floating around, and this bike had just got put on within an hour. I got a Craigslist app, and it tells me when stuff got put on, how long ago, how many times it's been listed. Crack my visor here, it's getting a little hot. How many times it's been listed, all that good stuff. Well, this day it just got listed within an hour, and the guy wanted $2,800 for it. So you know, it's like, you know, it's a 03, now it has 21,000 miles on it. I think it had 20,000 when I bought it. I'm not sure. What was I going to say? Yeah, I had 20,000 on it when I bought it. So I called the guy. I'm like, hey, you know, I really want your bike. I'm not bullshitting you. I'd like to get it, you know. Yeah, I'll be there as soon as I can. I got a couple other things to do today. He's like, okay, cool. You know, he starts telling me about the bike. And he's like, you know, I didn't even say nothing to him. He's like, 2,600 is the lowest I'll go. I'm like, shit, okay, I'll do 2,600. I won't even try and down talk you from there. So I go there, and it had some things going on with it. Not going on with it, just it needed tires. And I'd never replaced tires before. I didn't know how much they would cost me. So I was like, you know, that could be arranged, whatever, you know. I'm all excited because I'm about to be on the bike again. Also, he said it was low on gas. That's why the gas light was on. Also, he told me he had 2 keys or whatever. So, you know, I ride the bike, I dog it a little bit, come and bring it back. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll buy it. You know, it's whatever. I'll buy it if you throw in that. He had a rear stand. Buy it. I was like, throw in the rear stand and it's sold. So he's like, all right, throws in the rear stand. So I got a rear stand with it. He did lie about the gas light that stays on. He lied about the second key. He said come back to get that. I texted him and all that stuff, and I just got tired of it. It's like whatever, you know. And he stopped texting me when I stopped, so I didn't get a second key. Also found out the title was not in his name. That was really kind of annoying. I think from now on I'm going to triple check that. The fact that it wasn't in his name and he didn't have it that long kind of pissed me off, because it's like, you know, you don't know much about the bike. But long story short, here it is today. I've changed the tires on it. I've changed the oil, radiator fluid, everything else seems to be good. It's still running good and all that stuff. Actually, runs very smooth for 600. So my next motorcycle I got off Craigslist was the Gixxer 1000 I got. The Gixxer 1000 is a 2004, and it has 16,000 miles on it, which is pretty low, especially for a 2004. And actually, that's where the tires come in. I bought this motorcycle. The guy used to own a couple motorcycle shops. I didn't know this. I had to drive all the way out to Georgia to look at this bike. So I drive out to Georgia. The bike looks fucking marvelous. Not one thing going on with it. This is a little clusterfuck right here where everybody turns. This causes all kinds of fucking problems. So I'll go right here and take a right where this bus is waiting, and I'm gonna probably wait forever too. So I go there, I check out this bike, I'm like, fuck it, it's sweet, dude. I think it was 4,500. I was like, I'd already talked down to 43, so we got there, I was like, dude, you know, I looked at it, took it for a ride. This is my first time on 1000. This motherfucker, so it's a different world compared to a 600, man. You need to ride a 600 before you ride a 1000. I mean, you can get away with not riding a 600, but this motherfucker is a beast. And it had a Power Commander on it. I've never had any experience with Power Commander, so I've never ridden a 1000 stock, and I rode this 1000 with a Power Commander, and he said it was all souped up and shit. This motherfucker, to this day, if I ripped that handle back too hard, it pushed me back in the seat. So I tried to talk it down to 4,000, right? I don't know why this bus didn't take a fucking right. So I tried to take it down to 4,000. He didn't want to drop down. He said, look, you pay me 4,200 for this thing, and I will give you at cost prices on anything you need for your bike. So I'm like, yeah, you know, I've heard all kind of deals before, it's whatever. So I took him up on it, you know. I figured I was getting a good bike anyways. Now he's really hooked me up, man. He's got me tires at great prices on both for this one and the 1000. He can get anything I need at price. He'll let me know the price, when he's going to get it, when he can change it, and I just come out there, bring him a bike, or he can pick it up if I pay him the gas for it. He's actually a really nice dude. So I actually made out really good on you know, aside from the little lies that this guy told me for this motorcycle, but it hasn't hindered the workings of it. I've come out pretty good. I've also bought, I mean, I buy a bunch of stuff off Craigslist, a bunch of little shit, but the only stuff that really sticks out to me is the big shit I bought off there. I bought my Durango off there about 5 years ago for 1,800. That thing is still running strong. I bought an Impala that my ex took. My dumbass put it in her name, but you know, that car worked okay. I've got good deals on Craigslist. You know, you just gotta look. I've also ran into weirdos. I'm just like, yeah, I'll pass. It's fucked up. One time, oh, here's a story for you. Here's a crazy story. I drove to fucking Tampa to look at a fucking car, right? To look at an Impala that was going to be a badass deal, right? It was a sweet ass deal to say needed the cash. I've been talking to him on the phone, all kind of shit. So I drive down there. It's me, the chick I was with at the time, and my little girl. Fucking drive to Tampa 4 fucking hours. Get there, this motherfucker, like, I go to drive his Impala, and it's like on 24s or some shit. It looks really good, new paint job and shit. He's like, oh yeah, I got an intercom system. I don't give a fuck about no intercom system and all that stuff. That's not my kind of thing, but not my kind of thing. But was I gonna say? So we look at it, he's like, yeah, hey, it's got this problem. I'm like, well shit, you didn't tell me about no fucking like engine problem. What the fuck? This ain't cool. So I'm like, you know, before I give you the money, let's go by AutoZone. And I have him run a check. Apparently he didn't know AutoZone did these checks. So we go to AutoZone. I had AutoZone run a check, and it's just like it's like a fucked up spark plug, right? Dude like went above and beyond to find out what it was. And he checked the spark plug. Said that's the only problem. So the dude's like surprised, you know, whatever. So I'm like, all right, dude, I'm about to hit the bank because I don't carry that kind of cash on me. I think he wanted like 4,000 or something. And I'll hit you back. He's like, yeah, stay right over here, right around the corner. Like you pull on this third turn right here, and you go to the right, and that's my house. You'll see the car. It's like, all right, I hit the bank. I call him. He doesn't answer. Call him again. He doesn't answer. We drive into the neighborhood where he said to go, and everywhere else. Nothing. Did not see the car. I blow his phone the fuck up for an hour straight because we're way the fuck in Tampa. It's hot as fuck. Nothing. So, long story short, fucking drove back, and it was pitiful. I was pissed. I was fucking irate, dumb motherfucker. But that was my one fucked up story with Craigslist. Tell me some stories y'all got from Craigslist. Let me know what happened and all that good stuff.